YouTube, what is good with y'all? Welcome back to another video on the channel, man. Today we're going to be going over who I think the most valuable, or basically the cards that are going to be the most effective or the most useful for your teams. Now, the reason why I'm wording it that way is because I want people to kind of shift their mindset about these season 2 cards, right? These cards, at least the way I look at it, should basically be, where can you plug holes on your team to basically have a card for free? Where are they the most effective? How do they stack up against their position? And again, in positions of need, especially with the card being free. I want people to kind of change their mindset when it comes to that, rather than the absolute best card versus the most useful. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, before we get into anything else, obviously, again, it says owned on the card, so kind of gives away who I think is number one, but we'll be going through all that in this video today. If you guys enjoyed, if you found it to be helpful, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. So we're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. And let's go ahead and get into the season 2 cards and who I think is the most effective for teams. Now, the number one card that we're going to be taking a look at here, again, kind of gave it away, Armand Membou, right? This is a free offensive lineman. Again, keep in mind, all these cards have 32 theme teams. So again, he's going to fit theme teams. He's going to be a free slot for your theme team. And it's going to be, honestly, I think, again, I'm recording this before the Unstoppable promo comes out. This might be the best right tackle in the game right now. 90 pass block finesse, 89 pass block power, 89 pass block, 87 run block, 88 run block finesse, and 86 run block. Really solid card. 67 speed, honestly, for a right tackle is also really good. Obviously, doesn't really matter unless you're running plays where the tackle is pulling, but just something to keep in mind, and is, in my opinion, the most useful card. Now, again, most useful can be subjective, so I just want to, before we get any further, it is subjective. You know, my list may be different from a lot of other people's, but this is just my opinion. So the second most valuable, or the most useful card, in my opinion, is going to be this Davante Adams. Now, this Davante Adams is going to be obtained differently than the normal season 2 cards that we have in the game right now. So normally you would get the season 2 cards from the season pass in the MUT game mode. This Davante Adams is going to be from the team pass. The team pass is something completely different. If you guys don't know what it is, basically when you first load the game up, whenever a new season comes out, you know the screen where it tells you to pick a team and all that. And the team pass, that's the team pass. The team pass is the number that's next to your username at the top when you're playing a game. That's another way to kind of tell. But you get this at level 2, so it's super easy to get. Free card, right? 87 overall, 87 or 88 speed. Oh my goodness, 88 overall with 87 speed, 87 excel, hits all the route running thresholds, 90 release. That's really good. Hey, if you know, you know, my boys. If you know, you know. He is 6'1", gonna be really solid. Again, all these cards get 32 theme teams. So if you have crystals, if you have a 50 out of 50, you could boost this up potentially to 90 speed today, or 89 if you don't have crystals. You want to run a 50 out of 50 for your theme team. But again, not a lot of wide receivers are going to be that type of speed right now for free. You know what I'm saying? So definitely it's a good card to be going out there, especially at this height. Next card we're going to be talking about is going to be Carlton Davis. 86 speed, 86 excel. Again, a little bit on the shorter side, but I think this card can be effective if you have him in the slot. Obviously, the slot position is going to be guarding most of the underneath, depending on if you're a man or zone. But I primarily run a zone scheme, so I think this card is actually going to be pretty useful, and he might end up being one of the better cards by the end of the season. We may update this list later in the season if you guys, run this video up. You guys like these types of videos, but I do think this Carlton Davis is going to be pretty effective if you ask me. Now, the thing is, I actually don't know how tall he is. That's the only issue that I have right now. I don't know how tall he is. He's 6'1". Even better. 6'1" corner, 86 speed. I mean, again, all 32 theme teams. So at a minimum, you should get this card up to 87 speed. You should be running a 20 out of 20 theme team at the most right now, or at the minimum right now. So that's going to be the reason why I have this Carlton Davis. Again, good zone, good man. And I actually, I'm not 100% sure on the abilities. I didn't actually check that either. So let's go ahead and check it here really quickly. Does he get some good abilities? Let's just check really quickly. I'm not 100% sure. He does get deep zone. I mean, flat zone is also going to be decent. Secure tackler. So I mean, just a regular cornerback, but still for free, I think he can be pretty effective for you guys. Next card that we're gonna go into, and this is the 4th card on the list, is gonna be Cam Ward. Now, the reason why this card isn't as high on the list, obviously his throw power is so amazing, but at least the way the game is being played right now, you gotta have a quarterback that can escape. 79 speed just ain't gonna cut it, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be a great elite pocket passer. Do not get me wrong when it comes to that, but Justin Fields is only 300K right now, and he might drop even more by the time you guys are seeing this video. Once the Unstoppable promo does come out, could be even cheaper, and I think that card is very much worth the price tag. So that is why I don't think this card is going to be as useful. Again, I'm not saying the card is bad. I'm not saying that, but I don't think it's going to be as useful for you guys versus cards that we previously mentioned. And the next card we're going to be talking about is Mr. Jonathan Allen. Now, this card is going to be very, very good at stopping the run, okay? Very, very good at stopping the run. He's going to be a great pass rusher as well. There's only one problem, only 67 speed, right? 70 excel. Again, for the role that he plays, for him to basically eat up blocks, from a football perspective, this is absolutely great. But from the standpoint of how Madden is played currently, how the meta is, and just how the game is to be played at a level that you guys, you know, I would assume you guys load up the game to try to win, you know, every game that you do play. I'm not saying you got to just absolutely sweat, but probably is not going to be the best option for you at D tackle. Again, for the role that he plays, he's going to be the best at it. But I don't think he's the best, like one of the best defensive tackles in the game. I just don't think he's going to be that worth it on the team. If you want to have him, you know, as like a backup or anything like that, sure. But from the standpoint of usability and him being effective, just not very high on my list. And now this pretty much leads us to the very last card on the list. Now, I'm not going to lie, this card, I'm not really sure what the use of this card is, okay? 83 overall, or 83 speed, 88 overall, will linebacker Dre Greenlaw. 83 speed, only 70 change of direction, so he's not going to be able to use her, okay? You're not going to be able to use him. He's way too slow. He's got good man coverage, good zone coverage. Obviously, great tackling, great hit power, great pursuit, block shedding, and things like that, but his pass rush isn't good. So literally, he is a coverage linebacker that you cannot use her, and he's only 6 foot. There's so many good budget users that are just going to be so much better than this card. And I mean, again, if you're using him as an underneath defender in zones, again, there's just going to be other just better cards to be used. And I just don't really know or understand the usability of this card. You know, maybe somebody in the comment section can let me know, but in my opinion, I don't think this card is very good. I don't think he is the absolute lowest on the list. The card just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what it is. He just doesn't make sense to me. He doesn't seem like a card that I'm just like, oh my goodness, I need to go get this. And the things that he would excel at, he's just not fast enough. He just doesn't have high enough change of direction to be truly elite at it, which is why I have him at the lowest point on this list. Now, boys, hopefully you enjoyed the list. Hopefully you enjoyed hearing my opinions on these cards. Hopefully this makes sense for you guys to be able to go out here and use your season tickets wisely. I think that's the biggest point of this video, is to use your season tickets wisely. Like, we only get a certain amount of season tickets, and I definitely would recommend having some going into every season so that you guys can be prepared to have cards like this at the beginning of the season, to add them into your lineup and have them be effective as early on as basically the first day the season comes out, right? So that is kind of why I'm doing these types of videos. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys found it to be helpful. If you guys did, again, it would mean a ton to me in the world if you guys could leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you found it to be helpful. And again, hopefully you guys did enjoy it. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Again, appreciate y'all for support. We'll catch y'all. Peace.